Today's reading is 2011X from the Sexypedia Wiki. Notice, the creator of the source material is known to be controversial. The fact that this character is present on the wiki does not mean that any member of the staff, the creator of this wiki page, nor any editors or the creator of this video condone the creator's actions. This also applies to any company or creative associated with the character, as well as any prominent fan who contributed to the fan discussed on this page. Reason: despite Joe having the ownership of 2011X, the original Sonic.EXE concept was originally created by the infamous JC the Hyena, a person known for being abusive in relationships and has engaged in erotic roleplay with minors. 2011X's current iteration does not involve the original creator, however its ties to the original story should be noted. Source content warning. While not covered in this entry, the source material deals with potentially disturbing subject matter. If you find it interesting, but are disturbed by the following topics: gore, character death, also the creator of the original Sonic.EXE is a narcissist and he had fetishes of rape and pedophilia, please check an in-depth list of content warnings, the wiki recommends doesthedogdie.com, before interacting with it and proceed with caution. X, better known as Sonic.EXE, is the titular main antagonist of Sonic 2011, and the overall antagonist of the Sonic.EXE story, created by Joe Doughboy. His class is Keter, his main alias is God, and his source is Sonic 2011. Basic information. X is an interdimensional entity who hails from the void. X is a being whose fascination with humanity and the Sonic franchise created a destructive mix, forming a vessel for an entity whose goal is to spread and cause as much pain and suffering as it can go. Archetypes. Fourth wall blurring. 2011 will break the fourth wall many times during the gameplay of Sonic 2011. He gets impressed when you go left in Ellen and Dave's levels. He says during Dave's section as you pass through, "Thinking outside the box, are we? You delight me, new friend, but soon my world will be your home." When he chases Alan, he says, "Ready or not, here I come," and spins his head at you during this. Of course, we can't forget his I Am God segment where he writes it on your computer screen only to break it after. Chaos Lord. 2011X has killed many people in many ways. He snapped Alan's neck, kicked Dave to the ground and punched his chest, and erased Paul's soul out of existence. Then of course you have his future variant, Lord X, who has done a lot of other crazy things. Quotable catchphrase. Unlike the original Sonic.EXE, who only had one quotable catchphrase, 2011X has a few. Ready or not, here I come. I am God. Keep this interesting for me. You're too slow. Distinctive laugh. Has his own laugh. Previously, Sonic.EXE directly borrowed his laugh from Kefka. 2011X's current laugh sounds similar to his previous stolen laugh, but it isn't like stealing it completely, however. Duality. 2011X uses the vessel of Sonic and usually tricks people, or imminently reveals himself to the victim. Dominating. When Dave was fighting against 2011X, he kept teleporting all around him just to make him tired. As soon as Dave got tired, X killed him. Eldritch. 2011X is a void entity that can change its form at will, even having a true form which is based on how the human eye sees it. X is a massive, purple-hued being surrounded by bony tubular formations, running through and around what is supposed to be a human skull shape, with only one eye, a crooked nose, and bony formations that resemble teeth, also present on its chin. Glitching. 2011X makes the screen glitch when you go right on Dave's stage and enter into the 0 level, and even altering the intro for Sonic. Retro. 2011X inhabits the world of the original Sega Genesis Sonic the Hedgehog game, a game considered classic. Not only that, but in Joe's What If X Wasn't Sonic, there was other classic games that X took on the form of, like Elko the Dolphin, Vector Man, Knights, Ristar, hell, even Mario, which has no relation to MX. Eye imagery / glowing neon. The eyes are what largely makes 2011X's design more distinct from Sonic. The black sclera and the tiny glowing red pupils offer a lot of potential for creepy imagery, such as two beady dots being the only thing you can see in the dark. Knife murder. Murder is kind of this character's whole shtick. For example, how he killed Dave by punching his chest open. Monster features. 2011 has a few features like his sharp teeth, his red glowing eyes, and for his future self, having an X on his chest. Non-human. 2011X is a void entity that inhabits the vessel of Sonic the Hedgehog, who is obviously a hedgehog. Monsterization. With the explosion in popularity in 2023 came a plethora of alternate versions and inspired characters, such as Lord Mortis, 2017X, Allfather, the Legacy variant, Mrs. Sega, the Deity, etc. Power / all-powerful. 2011X is capable of killing people with his bare hands and warping the world around him with ease. He is easily considered a god. Urban legend aesthetic. He comes from a retake from a creepypasta. Not much else to say. Villain. If everything else this page has told you about hasn't convinced you yet, 2011X is the main antagonist of his own game. Fanon tropes. Artsy/theme song. In 2025, Sonic.EXE fan creator Churkney Gurkney created the album Sinister Minds, which features 16 songs, and this album mainly centers around 2011X. These songs take inspiration from Michael Jackson and feature 2011X himself, only in Runaway. The rest of his songs have his older version, Lord X. Some songs from this album include I Miss the Quiet, Don't Come Back, and Runaway, which are some of the most popular songs. DILF. 2011X is the father of another Sonic.EXE. 2011X is the father of another Sonic.EXE variant, Faker. He seems to have a tough relationship with him though.